Hi there, this is Harshan Grewal, and welcome to my show. In this episode, I will be interviewing the founder of Digital Media Club TV, Mr. Patrick Abeck. Welcome to my show, Mr. Abeck.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It is an honor to be on your show.
So, to begin, what is the history of Digital Media Club TV?
Well, coming up, we started in 2016. So we're actually going to be coming up on starting our 8th year next month in November. And we started off with a program called Basics of TV News Reporting, where students would learn how to go out and cover a charity event, a community event, and they'd have their iPhone, they'd have a microphone, tripod. It would just exactly produce it so it looked like something you'd see on TV on the 6 o'clock news. And when COVID hit, there was no events to cover. Parents didn't want their kids outside. So we looked at CNN and Fox News and saw how they were covering the news. And they were just bringing the hosts of their shows and their reporters into their own homes and setting up a green screen, a microphone, lighting, everything to where it looked like they were in a newsroom, but they weren't. So that's kind of the format that we use now, is where a student is hosting their own show, modeled after like a CNN evening news broadcast, where our students conduct interviews and our students read news reports. And a segment is usually maybe 5 minutes to 15 minutes, and that counts as an episode for our students, and that's how they earn class credits.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, next, how would you describe this program?
Well, this program is considered or in the category of an at-home extracurricular club activity, which extracurricular club activities that are not associated with schools are very popular. There's whole sports leagues, different things that students can do. And we're modeled in that category of an at-home extracurricular club activity, which really since COVID, there's been an explosion. Kids can get tutoring, academic lessons, music lessons, really everything under the sun you can get now in the form of an at-home extracurricular club activity. And that's the category that we're in.
Okay, what is the course curriculum based on?
It's based on what's called Introduction to Digital Journalism and Media. And if you were to focus or get a degree in media these days, digital journalism and media is a popular degree, a popular major in universities. And that's because it's really expanded. In the old days, if you went for journalism, it would either be some type of print journalism degree, magazines, newspapers, or a TV degree, which you were in some type of broadcast media affiliated with the TV. But now there's digital journalism and media that goes across all platforms, all social media platforms, be it, whatever it might be. And so our course curriculum is called Introduction to Digital Journalism and Media. And when you get to the high school level and you start applying for scholarships, applying for college, that really says that you're kind of a student is in tune with the evolution and what journalism has become.
Okay, now tell me about the two building blocks to this program.
Well, the two building blocks of this program are actually kind of the two building blocks of journalism, where this program is not really based on, when you think of academic levels, first grade math, second grade math, things get progressively harder. And you have to, what you learn, second grade math based on what you learned in first grade math. And it's not like that at all. Our two building blocks, what you did the other day of reading a news report and delivering that professionally, is the first building block. The second building block is an interview that you're doing today. And if you were to have a career of journalism and do this for 50 years, those are the two things you'd be doing, and probably focusing on one or the other. My guess is interviewing on a wide variety of formats. And how you become good at this is you do it over and over. It's almost like an actor, somebody practicing a song, where you're reading words for a news report, but you're bringing them to life. You're attracting an audience. You know how to do that. And then with an interview, you could interview someday world leaders. You can interview famous people. If you look at Oprah Winfrey and some of the more famous people that their shows are based on interviews, those are our building blocks as well. So what you're doing is, if you were hosting a show on CNN, you'd be doing the same thing. And our goal is to get students better at that. Also, the learning experience not just is involved in doing the interview well, but getting the quote big interview, getting people that are famous, that are prominent in your community, to where those are the learning experiences when you do each interview.
That's interesting. What do the parents of students say about Digital Media Club TV?
You know, one of the common themes is, regardless of the age of a student learns professional communication skills. Students are constantly having conversations with adults, whether it's a panel interview or one-on-one interview or working with myself. They're interacting with adults. They're learning precise communication skills, how to not be repetitive, how to really get to the point of something. Especially in this age of social media, you have to keep people's attention and keep things rolling, keep things flowing. So what parents say about this program is their children are able to advance their communication skills and really develop a lot of confidence. Because once you have confidence in communicating and speaking in front of groups of people and talking to adults, you do better in everything that you do. It kind of puts you at the head of the line, I like to say, in all endeavors that you pursue or you apply for.
Okay. Do students attend classes?
Yes, we have a variety of class times throughout the week, and our course curriculum and tuition includes one class per week, which is normally a half hour to 45 minutes. In that class, a student will get a news report that they will deliver, or they'll do a panel interview where we might have 4 or 5 students interviewing one guest. And then students can also do extra credit if they want to get their diplomas and certificates of achievement early. They can also do extra things. And kind of the goal is to teach a student how to do this on their own, but they can attend one class per week where everything is prepared for them, and they can do extra credit assignments on their own.
Okay. Do students earn diplomas for doing this?
Yes, students can earn diplomas, which is 50 course credit hours or 50 course credits, which you did the one the other day, plus you did this one. And anyone that's recorded and published counts as a course credit. So this would be your first one. And so this would count as a course credit when you get 50 of those. And if you did one a year over a year, say, it would take a year to get a course credit. If you did extra credit, you could get that in a shorter period of time. And then you get your diploma and your certification. We also have certificates of achievement that students get along the way. So when they do 10 episodes, whether news reports or interviews, they'll get a certificate of achievement that's digital that we post on their Facebook page, their show page. And then also 25, 50, 100, every 25, a student gets a certificate of achievement. And then they get their diplomas when they hit 50.
Okay. So what makes a Facebook business page so valuable?
Well, one of the things when you kind of study social media and look into it from a business standpoint, now there's the user standpoint, which, oh, I like TikTok, oh, I like Twitter, oh, I like doing that. That's one aspect to analyze social media, and that's secondary for us. Really, viewership is secondary. It kind of comes in. For most people, social media, they just want to consume content. They want as many videos as they can. What we want to do, and what Facebook is in first place for everybody that understands the business side of social media, they're the most like a website, which means we can tag every single video. They're the most searchable. Once we post things, it's there forever. We're not really out for a lot of content. We want students to have 50, 100, 150 episodes, maybe over 2 or 3 years even, and they'll be there forever. There's no hosting fees. Facebook never takes things down. So it's something that Facebook, for our needs, is number one. Plus, our audience, as far as the users go, are mostly parents and grandparents that kind of watch these videos and the content that our students produce. So it's a good viewership site as well.
Interesting. How can a student create a valuable lifetime DMC TV?
Well, once we start, we have some students that have over 400 episodes on their page, and going back 5 and 6 years ago. And one of the things that a student will have is, say they do just 50 or 60, 100 episodes or whatever. And I have students that will always use this as a reference. So I have students now that are through high school, graduated from college, and they still have their show page, their Facebook show page. That's what we create for all our students. And all their episodes are still there, and they can still add it on long into the future as a reference. It can be something valuable that, a student can say, I worked here, and I also hosted my own online news program in high school, and it'll always be there. It's a very valuable asset to have over time. And then students can also, it's just kind of fun also that I get from parents to look back on 5 and 6 years back when a student did these and they were young and they were little, and it's just kind of nice to have these memories. But it is a valuable asset for students as far as getting scholarship, jobs, things like that.
Okay, that's cool. So how does the term digital real estate
Digital real estate is kind of an investment term that started a few years back with a website that can either appreciate in value, become valuable over time, or if it's a website that you create, you can actually make money with it, kind of thing. So what we use is to kind of describe this as a digital asset. Is it something that a student can use that will actually translate into making money for them? And then we also have different programs where a student can be a team leader. We'll talk about that in a little bit, where a student can actually consider this like a part-time job after they get their certifications and earn money being a team leader. So it's really something that their Facebook page, their Facebook show page can become a valuable asset. And just in the investment world, they call that a digital asset or digital real estate.
team leader program?
Well, the team leader program is something where for our panel interviews, now our panel interviews are modeled after CNN panel interviews, where you might have 3 or 4 or 5 journalists in a panel interviewing one guest, is where we get that from. So we have it to where, and we have one kind of the MC or the student that'll introduce everything. A student might invite the guest on the show, kind of wrap things up, kind of is in charge of everything, confirms that everybody's going to attend. And if a student does that, they earn $5 for everyone in attendance and every student in attendance. So we've had, in some cases, where there might be 10 students in a panel interview, and the team leader would earn $50 for hosting that panel interview. So it's something that, and those can be paid in terms of scholarships, or if a student's old enough, they can just get a direct payment for those and consider it like a part-time job. But a team leader is something that a student, once they get good at this, can actually earn money with it. So that's our DMC TV Team Leader program.
So what's the student?
You're going in and out a little bit, but I know what the next question is. And what's the DMC TV Presidents Club membership, or the DMC TV Presidents Club, we call it. And that is if every club has one club president. So whenever we have a new student, we create a show page that's their show page. All of their episodes will appear. But then we also create a page where that student lives. And the first student in the club has the option, if they want to, of becoming the club president. And the benefits of being a club president is anyone that joins that club that has the same address as the student listed, they're going to get 3 months free of dues waived, which dues and tuition for this program is $99 a month. And so the club president, if the club president has several students join over several years or whatever the case might be, they can get free tuition that way of being the club president. Or if they just refer people who they know, but it's just anybody that kind of signs up, they get a little extra financial benefit, and then we call it the club president program.
Interesting. The 4 steps to getting involved.
You know what? The next question is actually, what is the tuition? So I'm going to just go a little bit deep on that. And the tuition is $99 a month, and that covers 4 classes. So it's roughly about $25 a class. And also on top of that, students can not only they attend the class where everything's scripted, everything's prepared, the background, they get to publish 1 episode, but anytime I have some students that do an extra 3 or 4 episodes a week, and we help with those. We help with questions, anything the student might need help with. And the goal is for them to eventually learn how to produce a show on their own. but the tuition's $99 a month. It's month to month. If a student would like to be a club president, if that's available, and once again, there's only one per club, we ask for a 12-month commitment for a student president. But if the student doesn't want to be a president, that's not really, they don't really care about that, and there's no extra work involved, then the membership's just month to month, and they can cancel it or stop at any time, $99.
Oh, I see my mistake. So, what 4 steps to actually getting involved?
Well, there's a tryout program, and there's 4 steps, and it's just kind of designed. Our tryout program is that a student and parents can kind of learn about this program, learn what's to be expected, and just if it's a good fit or not. So step one is what we did the other day, which is a national charity event. What we try to do is, teach a student the basics of that. Today, what you're doing is step two. That's with a interview to learn all about the program, and we can publish this and kind of set up a draft show page of what that would look like. Then the third step is we do a local news report and kind of see what kind of feedback they get from right where the student lives. And then the fourth step is we meet with the parents, and the student can attend if they want to, but just to learn if this is a good fit or not. And usually by then we know, if the student really is enthusiastic about this. The main thing is, does a student like journalism? Does the thought of interviewing people and kind of building this, does it excite the student? Because if a student's not excited about this, they shouldn't do it or hold off on it anyway.
All right. Well, thank you for being my guest today.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. Very good questions.
This is Harshan Grewal reporting for Digital Media Club TV.